get us a nice non-DLC match and see what we can have happen. Honestly, I respect that. Just throwing out those lasers because, like, the risk reward for either of them interacting is really high, so I kind of get it. Like, if she lands a neutral air 0 or he lands an up tilt or an air 0, you're just going to be in the blender for a while. But right now, looks like Drewish getting a couple little two-piece combos here, got the nice lead. Weaving out of the range of the up tilt was really, really smart. And now Falco going to kind of struggle to recover here, it looks like, against Palu. All right, we got something going there.
Yeah.
40% so far. Making an aggressive recovery back to the stage. Not a huge punish. I'd say a Chicago punish, just we're literally here. Just going to get thrown for it. But yeah, right now, Drewish is looking pretty solid.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of percent build onto Syphir here, but again, just from that one stage get up into the 40% was a nice little clean like recovery option, but again, just kind of landing in that up air is like where that blender kind of starts, as you said. That's just kind of like Palu's like bread and butter.
Yeah, and that's one of those scenarios that stinks if you're on the receiving end. Like if you're getting thrown at 100, if you DI out, you don't want to get like faired or bared, but if you DI in, you get up aired. So that's just a tough one to navigate for you. Yeah, Drewish going to go up pretty solid, only at 75%. We're not seeing like the big explosive Falco combos I'm accustomed to seeing yet. So if we're going to play like a game of just one or two piece hits, it looks like Palu's definitely going to be coming out ahead of that.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one because even within Chicago, we don't really have Palus. So there's not really like much Palu practice that we could get within like our region. So any other region, like a practice that Syphir was able to get from Palutena, we'll see if it's put in work in here. Again, it's going to be a lot of like poking and distancing that Syphir is going to have to kind of get used to here, but it's going to be a tough one when you're going against a very strong foe as Drewish here.
Yeah, I think one thing that's going to be tough for Syphir here, Drewish is doing such a great job of like dashing back out of up tilt, sneaking a back air in, trading with it, but at all costs is avoiding that move. And actually, not only avoiding it, but getting big punishes for it. And that's such an important party starter for Falco. Even right there, holding that shield up, finally takes one and dies for it because that is just how Falco works, all things said and done.
Yeah.
But Drewish has definitely done a great job of respecting that space. And air to air, I feel like back air is shutting down a lot of what Falco wants. All right, there it is. Nice. 50%, yeah, great stuff from Syphir.
Yeah, that one little side B definitely helping out Syphir. They're getting that percentage in now, but it's just so hard to keep going with these connections and whatnot because we can see Syphir wants them. He wants a grab. He wants the chain of combos to keep going, but again, Palu is just one of those characters that's a little invasive, so she can get away with it. Man, I'm surprised we did not even see another upgrade connect there.
Yeah, she's, oh, great back air right there. What is this? There's an ad playing in our audio.
Okay.
I'm going to be so real. You were talking, and I heard a different voice just say, a tickle. And I'm like, am I being haunted on stream?
I heard it too, and I was like, I'm just going to pretend.
Stream, I don't know if you can hear what we heard. Neither of us were talking about tickling. And that just really threw me off for a second there. I'm like, this ghost is like doing crime.
I swear I did not say it.
It scared me so bad.
Anyway.
Locking back in here, though. Yeah, it looks like Drew is really, really in command of a lot of the air-to-air exchanges, and that's somewhere else Falco shines. So when it comes to spacing, I feel like Drewish has the upper hand. Syphir's probably going to have to focus a lot more like sneaking those grabs in, which is what we just saw for that opening gambit, but definitely going to have to pick his shots a little bit more carefully than Drewish is. That last hit of neutral air. However many you count, it's always one more. I don't know how she does it. Like 14 of them, and number 16 hits you. Like, okay.
She gets away with everything.
She really does. That was a privileged lady right there.
A privileged white lady.
A privileged, yes, I'm going to say it. Speaking my truth. That is one privileged white woman for sure.
We can't keep letting her get away with this, honestly.
Dad pays her rent. She's got it. Like. Okay. Syphir using that up tilt, trying to get that platform extension. Great idea. Just a couple pixels shy of finding the execution he needs. But as I say it, double up tilt into the back air was really smart. Just barely didn't kill, but definitely showing us some good signs of life here.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of more consistency that we're seeing in the first stock here. Syphir still hanging on to it. A little bit of a deadly game of playing, though, kind of bouncing around from the platforms here because, again, we see, like that poke through that, Palu is so capable of doing. So hopefully Syphir knows not to stick around the platforms too long here, and again, trying to find that connection. There's a down tilt, no follow-up up air though. That's a little unfortunate.
I like the idea too to just kind of fight back with landing neutral air, because if you trade, it'll probably save your life. But just landing on that normally, no thank you, that was very strong. All right, we're seeing a lot more shield discipline from Syphir here, not necessarily just letting Drewish cross up that shield for free. Gonna go for a beefy uppy at the ledge, I think, right there, just to get Palu off his back. But getting out of the corner against Palutena, these kill percents is so hard. Down tilt, back air, a throw. There's so many things she can do to you at the ledge. It's really difficult. I like that. Just side being away, being like, I don't want to get punished, please. Just no punish for me, please. Yeah,
it's honestly a little astonishing how many fares it's taking to kill Drewish here. And it only takes one back throw for him.
Ooh, maximum rage on that back throw, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be some privilege if I've ever seen it.
For sure, for sure.
Like, are you going to tell me Falco does, like, 4 fares and then Drewish just one back throw?
Yeah, just throwing them away like all the rest of her problems. I don't care. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah. Good luck, y'all. Good luck, everybody else. All right.
Y'all be easy.
Y'all be easy, right? All right, triple neutral air. Gonna get some good damage, but fighting back with that dare, I like it. Horrific angle on that F smash. I don't think it was ready, and Drewish fully just capitalizing, especially with that down air. Very good stuff.
Oh my God, okay.
I like the attempt. Knew the first up tilt back air wouldn't kill. Great idea for the extension, but unfortunately, eating so much damage for being late on the timing for it. Nice. Oh, this is a bad spot.
Yeah, again, air dodging into the Palu's landing there was so, like, risky there. I honestly was a little surprised that, you know, Drewish did not punish it or see that incoming, but now we're going to be down to last stock for both players here. Syphir, again, kind of knocking on death's door right now. Got to make something happen, and there it is. The side B, the up tilts. There we go, but again, the up is not going to follow up correctly.
Yeah, I think these drop combos really might be the difference maker here, and Drewish has done such a good job of capitalizing. Honestly, from the percents we normally see Falco doing it, especially with that dare on that last stock. All right, up tilt, trying to go for the drag down again with the fair. Again, the spacing is just a little off. I don't know if he's just like misreading the DI. Something is amiss, but Drewish is taking advantage every time.
Oh my God, that down tilt back air is like
3. Oh, didn't go for it again. Okay.
I'm surprised he did it. I mean, okay.
Yeah, Syphir just trying to close the stock out. Does have access to a little bit more rage than Palu, so up tilt back air with that much rage could have potentially done it here, but ooh, as I say back air, Palu's going to place hers instead, of course. One of the most privileged back airs in the entire game, even still with his current roster. I mean, massive hitbox, completely invulnerable, very, very strong on shield. It's just one of those things that just kind of comes for us all. Wait, me too. I'm also thirsty.
That's what I was trying to do. I was like, oh.
Where's that?
Wait, no. Water, please.
I'm gonna power through it. It's fine. You know what else got to power through right now?
Just come back.
Syphir has to power through, because right now, down 2-0 against Drewish here. We are at least in winner's quarters, so there's... Can I just have to... Thank you so much. We are still at least in winner's quarters here, so Syphir, if he's not able to figure this out and has to go down to loser, still got plenty of chances there, and still a very strong player. Seed 14 overall in the bracket, so this is like a slight upset, not a massive one, but right now, Drewish is playing amazing.
Yeah, both of these players are definitely matched up to, like, one another's... talents and whatnot, and their execution gameplay. So it definitely makes sense that they're going head-to-head here. It's still a little unfortunate that it's coming this close as well. So hopefully Syphir has what it takes to not be out completely here. Again, just one game away that he can hang on to here. And again, there's just so much like percentage already built up on him. So he's got to make do with this 120%.
I feel like what's happening here, you said Chicago might not have a lot of Palu. It feels like Drewish is very, very comfortable against Falco. The micro spacing he's done has been amazing. The punishes, the respect on side B has all been really good. All that aside, Syphir does have a stock lead here for the first time in the set, and a great combo as well. 59% off just one interaction. Things are looking good, but got to be really careful. I like dragging the fair away from the shield to not get back thrown or anything like that, but Drewish was still able to find that punish.
Yeah, and I believe the reason why Drewish is so polished and looking excellent against Syphir here is because MSU has their own Falco, Dice.
Dice. That explains everything.
Exactly, yeah. And I would imagine with so much practice and so many brackets that they played together in regionals and whatnot, that's got to be like ingrained in his head.
Yeah.
I'm a little unaware if there's any more Falcos, but Dice is the only one that comes to mind since he's the more prominent one. But again, yeah, it's just showing through how well that Drewish knows his matchup. And so who knows like what their head-to-head looks like here. But again, Syphir actually having the upper hand here for our game 3 now, picking up the pace just a little bit. But again, you can't be too safe around Palutena.
Yeah, you can't get comfortable. She can really snatch your stock. Even on PS2, like double jump up air, that just destroys the stock anywhere after like 70 something or so, maybe even sooner. But Syphir does have the lead here. It makes a lot of sense that Drewish is so committed to microspacing because if you're playing Dice, you are dying on every interaction. So like, this is learned behavior. This is conditioning, for sure. All right, great parry on the back air right there. Syphir potentially going to find a 2-stock here to put himself on the board if he can just cement this out here. Drewish really struggling to get out the corner here, using that back air, of course, to find a way there, trying to punish for those side Bs, but Drewish is committed to just slowing it down, and as I say that, unfortunately, runs into that up air.
Yeah, I mean, Palutena has so many like option coverages. Like again, we saw that side B that was there, and then the up air as well. But Syphir going to be taking it very quickly with a back air, I believe, to close it out there.
Yep. Yeah, up tilt to back air. I mean, Falco and Bayo both, they just destroy you off that combo. So it makes a lot of sense, especially that close to the ledge. So Syphir does have a point on the board here. Maybe had to spend a little bit of time kind of figuring the matchup out in real time. I'm not 100% sure, but at least we see some signs of life, and potentially maybe we can get another like Game 5 juicer like we just had before.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's like the great thing that I love seeing from Falco players because they definitely have the combos and like the momentum for it. It takes a bit to almost get going.
Right.
Because when you're conditioned to play against, you know, a character such as Palutena, there's not much like breathing room that you have, and you have to kind of start from the ground up, and it really just takes a bit for the gears to start turning and whatnot. And because it's kind of like, you know, a Game 4 situation here, we're finally seeing that effort being put into Syphir now because he's got a feel for it. And that's like another blessing in disguise when we have these best-of-5 games, is that we have so much room to breathe and like kind of just slow things down a little bit. And again, just because of that extra game, it could definitely make the difference here because now we're like 2-1.
Right, yeah. Oh, and unfortunately had to cut the recovery short there. I mean, Drew was just like, you know, shark smelling blood in the water, ready with that down air. So that is going to give Drewish a big lead, and these neutralers are not doing Syphir any favors, 50%, and even the dare out of disadvantage is going to get punished too. So that's definitely a lot of momentum lost for Syphir.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate. You know, Drewish is really just low percentage here, not even nearing the red percent as well. And again, the poke with the upper under platform, it's so brutal because now there it is, one hefty back air. And Drewish potentially could 3-stock Syphir here after getting that momentum and like the energy from Game 3. It's just quickly being depleted right now.
This is so wild because not only is Palu getting like these huge combos at the beginning of every stock, as soon as Syphir makes any decision at a disadvantage, Drewish capitalizes. It could be an aerial, it could be an air dodge, it could be just a forced double jump, but there's just a huge another layer of Drewish that's woken up here, only at 50% here in Game 4, and it looks like it's all but said and done for Syphir.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to bring back. Still not out, though, trying to get something going with those up tilts and the back airs. They're just not connecting right now. A little bit of like a fumble situation right now from Syphir, and we've just got to see something going right now.
Oof.
Yeah, but that's really rough.
Oh my God.
Okay, well.
Drewish said you should not have won Game 3.
I'm sorry,
that's
but
the message we got right
I'll be taking your stock now. Let's just go next.
You know what I think happened? Drewish lost that game to Dice, to Syphir.
Yeah.
Remember Dice? It had like the Kill Bill like wee woo flashbacks. It was like, not again. And